Hey, it's Dunkee here from the game CodeLaamaa. Last time we discussed how to repeat code and how to group variables together using loops and lists. The theme here is all about reuse. The more code you can reuse, the easier it'll be to build and fix your own programs. The best way to do this is to use functions. A function is used when you want to group code and reuse it many times. A function block can take in data, return data, neither, or both. There are typically three types of functions. A simple function, where no data is passed in or out. A function, where data is passed in. And a function, where data is returned. But there is also functions where you can use both of the last two things, where you can have data passed in and data returned out all at once. When you create a function, a block is generated for you to drag into your code. You can name your functions anything you want, but try not to repeat your names. Here is a simple example of a function that prints out a message. Here we show you that you can pass information into a function. But in order to do that, first click on the blue icon in the function block. Then you can drag over items and give them names. The nice thing is you don't need to redeclare these variables. You'll find these variables under the variable block. Now when it comes to the return block, it allows us to send data back to the function from the function to the caller. You would just attach your function call to the end of, say, a variable. You could also pass and return lists, no differently than you would pass and return variables. It's really that easy to do. Now enough talking, let's have a look at some examples in our mission window. Alright, so let's grab a block out of functions. Say do something, we're going to rename it to dance move. We'll hit done. We're just going to throw a simple move in there. We're just going to go into moves. We'll just grab win. Now if we want to execute dance move, we just go back into functions, grab the dance move block, hit run code, and we'll see what happens. Now it's executing dance move first, jumps inside dance move and executes the win move, which we'll see. There we go. And that's it. Alright, so now hit clear workspace. We're going to grab another do something block, again the first one. This time we're going to add an input to it, an argument. So we'll hit the blue button there. But first we're going to rename it to move me. Then we're going to hit the blue button and add an argument. There's input name, X. We'll just drag that into the inputs area. I'm going to rename X to be my num. Let's hit the blue icon again to get rid of that window. Let's put an if block in. So go to logic, grab an if, go back to if again, grab the second block there. We're going to change that from an equal to a greater than. And we'll grab the number block, change that 0 to a 5. So we're going to say if my num, which it doesn't exist under functions, actually exists under variables. There's my num, we'll grab that. We'll say my num is greater than 5. Let's do another move. So we're going to go into moves, grab the jump block. Now I want to have an else, so click on the blue icon, grab an else block, click on blue to make it go away. So we'll say else let's do a punch. So what we're saying is, if it's greater than 5, we'll do a jump. If it's less than 5, we'll do a punch. Now I'm going to ask for input. So we're going to create a variable. We'll call it imp, for short for input. Let's go to our I/O, grab a prompt block. We're going to prompt for number. And we'll go to ABC, change that ABC to enter a number. Attach it to imp, the variable. Now let's go to our function and grab our move me block. Notice that move me has changed from dance moves. It's expecting some sort of input. So we're going to go to our variables block, grab our imp block, and attach it. So that means my num is going to equal imp. So now let's run it. So here's our prompt block. We're going to say enter a number. Let's start with just entering 3. Hit OK. Now it's going to jump inside move me. And because it's less than 5, it's going to do a punch. And there we go. Now let's run it one more time. So now we're asking for a number again. This time let's just say 7. So it's greater than 5. So now it's greater than 5. We'll hit the jump block. There's our jump. Alright, now one final experiment. Let's play with returns. So let's jump back into our functions and grab a new function block. But as you can see, we're going to separate move me first to be on its own. Now we'll jump into functions. We'll grab that second function block. I'm going to stick it right at the top there. It has a little return. It's special because it has a return portion. Now let's change the name of this function to getInput. Let's drag our imp and prompt block into getInput. And let's move input. Let's have an input there for return. So it's going to return back imp. Now you see it generated a getInput block. It needs to be attached to something. We're going to throw away that imp block and actually attach it as input into the move me function. So you can see there that we have move me. It's going to now be attached to a getInput block. So it's actually going to call getInput, and then inside getInput call the prompt block, and then inside of it grab the input, return it back, and then actually pass it to my num, and then move into move me. There we go, there's our input. We'll go through the same motions again. We'll start with 3. Now it's actually jumping inside move me. We know that 3 is less than 5, so it's going to throw a punch. Let's run it one more time, just for completeness. So now we're asking for input again. So it's inside getInput. We're going to enter 7 this time. Just like before. Now it's going to jump inside. So it's first going to return imp back. Then it's going to run inside move me. Now 7 is greater than 5. So ran the jump function. Monkey jumped. And there we go. Now if you haven't already done so, head over to www.CodeLaamaa.com and download CodeLaamaa for your iPad or Android. You won't regret it. It takes place on Earth 5. Humans have left the Earth and abandoned it in the not so distant future. And it's up to the animal kingdom to restore it. Restore it through the power of code. So in order to do that, you need to learn to code to save it. I know you're up for the challenge. So what are you waiting for? Take care. See you soon.